She believes she missed out on many great guys that were friends because she couldn't see them beyond friendship. And
Hmm.
see, like, I feel like that's the other dynamic, right? Where from a woman's perspective, she's like, these dudes were friends, but it wasn't until after she stopped looking at it from the perspective of they're just friends that she looked back and was like, oh man, like I might have actually dated those guys. And low key, this is what men, especially men in the friend zone, are hoping for. They're hoping that the woman will one day come to the realization and see them beyond just friendship. And let's just be honest, I'm assuming that she's not with those guys now. So that's the risk that you run, is that one day she may wake up, but by that time it's usually too late. And she goes on and say, I couldn't see them beyond those boundaries of friendship. And that's real. That's
Sometimes
what
it's
I've
like
learned.
that.
Fellas, you got to be aware of that. If you don't want a woman to see you as a friend, be careful setting that as the first intention that you have,
For sure. I
because it
wouldn't.
comes off a little disingenuous to a certain extent, right? It'd be different if we started
Yeah.
off as friends and then it was like, oh man, like I'm kind of feeling shorty. I wasn't feeling her like that at first, but like now as we've gotten cool, now I'm like I'm kind of feeling with her. And that's what I learned. That's how it started working for me. Is I started to learn like, yo, I got to be more assertive. And then I started to notice like, okay, some women I wasn't really interested in like romantically like that. But then as I'm developing a friendship with them, I'm like, yo, I'm kind of feeling her now. And I'm looking at her in a different type of light. And then that's where, as a man, I had to make the decision to say, you know what? I'm either going to continue down this friendship road or I'm going to take a stand and let her know, like, yo, I've been developing this friendship with you, but yo, I see you way more than a friend. And I would like to, start dating you or look into the possibility of getting into something deeper than this. And that's what I had to learn. But if you are already at that point, that's where you want to be like, hold on, don't talk that friendship talk when you know you want something more than just that. So we
Hmm.
got some other comments. Let's see what Tanisha had to say. I agree that you can build a friendship in the dating phase, but I don't think you have to be friends for a certain period of time before dating. I agree. I agree.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's essentially what we're saying. Like,
Yeah.
you don't
It's
have to
like,
do that. So
because like, what
Asia
if
said,
you met them at a party or something and you just
right,
happen to meet them? You kind of want to just date them because you're interested in them, and then
yeah,
build from there if you want to.
I agree. I agree. Asia says, I do agree that feelings do grow in some cases, but the fear of rejection keeps people silent. That's right. That's
That
right.
sounds
Yeah,
like a nice plot to a romantic comedy.
it does. And you're writing
Yes.
something similar to that. I mean, maybe
Mhm.
you, take a note, jot it down.